Hello, this is Sabrina Taro at Pure Luna Tarot 808 with the weekly reading. Especially that this week we have a full moon tomorrow, Monday, or today if you're watching this video today, and of course Monday being the day of the moon, and it being a full moon on Libra, and there's also a moon eclipse a lunar eclipse. So, and we're starting also it's the beginning of the new year, the year of the new year of the zodiac sign, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's also the beginning of spring. So that is naturally like the beginning of a new year after the winter time. And the energy that I have for tomorrow is that I'm not going to show much the cards because either I show the mug well or I show the cards well. But I'll show the cards later on a close-up if you want to check them out. I'm using the manga tarot cards from Barbara Moore. And just like on the other reading that I did, I have the world again. Because of course the world is the one that is going through a transition. We're starting it's the spring season. And I have an interesting message. Now I'm not going to look at you anymore. I'm going to look at the cards. So I concentrate on them. So I have the world card with new beginnings. But this is an interesting new beginning. It's not like a absolute new beginning. This is a new beginning from something that was left undone from other cycles. And you'll know what it is because it will show up in your week. And it will feel emotionally important for you. So you know what it is. So we have the world, and we have the Ace of Wands, which is strong energies and a lot of spring energy, and like inspiration, and of course romance, starting new relationships or starting new businesses. But this is because I had the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of something that you planted already, but you had to leave behind, or you had to put to rest. Here with the Four of Swords, you had to put it to rest because it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time for you to be vulnerable about this. Now, this could be on regards to, could be three different areas. It could be something creative, like a business that you're starting. It could be something, a business that you're starting and there were other people involved, or there would be like an opportunity someone was presenting to you, or it could be also a relationship from the past that's coming back. Something like a cycle that there wasn't like a closure on it. Exactly, there wasn't a closure. So I got the energy of the wheel again. So I feel like a rewinding, like a watch being rewinded in your life, like something that is had to be tweaked. It has to, that you have to face again, that we have to face again as a collective, that we have to see with new eyes, with the full card, with fresh new eyes, like a new approach again. And with the Six of Cups, it has to do with something from the past. And if it's not something directly related to the past, like a relationship or something that is touching our things from our past, from our childhood, it has to do with, it has a connection with our childhood, maybe traumas from our childhood that were related to this situation. I got the Five of Swords upside down, where I feel there was an interference from other people that hindered the completion of whatever you were starting. So it could have been a relationship that was meddled by other people. It could have been jealousy. It could have been people that were trying to sabotage you. So if it's a topic of that, and you'll know this week, then it's coming back. And why is it coming back? Well, it's coming back because it's something that left you with a heartache. And this is a Three of Swords card. It's not, it's the least favorite card, I would say, apart from the Tower card, or the Ten of Swords. But it caused you heartache, or it was something that was related to your traumas, maybe traumas from your childhood, or something that really broke your heart. But this time when it's coming back around, it's been totally refreshed by the cosmic energies of the universe, of all the cosmos. The cosmological energies is coming back, and it's coming back with the sun card. It's coming back as something that you're healing. It's something that you're finding closure. It could have been there was maybe someone that wants to apologize. I do feel that energy. Someone that wants to apologize, or closure that you need to do on something that was traumatic, or something that didn't happen and it broke your heart because it didn't happen. And have the High Priestess, which is about our intuition, and it also has to do with things that are from the spiritual realm, and the Queen of Swords. So you feel during the week what it is. So you'll feel it in your intuition, and you will start feeling as the reason why it's coming back, why you need to do this closure. I feel that it can work either way, that either you're the one that needs to get a hold of this situation, that you need to become the emperor of this situation that you left behind, you put it behind, you said, this is not for me, this is not working out, or it wasn't the right time. It felt like out of sync or uncomfortable. It was like those kind of situations where you feel, no, feels toxic and it's not for me, but it's coming back. It's coming back with a healed energy, something that needs to have closure. And it's a lesson for you to empower yourself to become the captain of your boat on regards to this. I do feel like there was either it was you or the other people involved, or the other parties involved, or there was, especially with the Six of Cups, this energy of maybe people being childish about it, being petty about it, and or you being petty about it, and you need to become the emperor now on this situation. You need to, okay, now you need to say to yourself or to the other people, or other people are coming to you and telling you, I've grown up, I'm matured, and I see this with a different perspective. I feel like there's a lot of maturing happening for a lot of people during this week, where you're seeing things with a different light, with a different kind of set of eyes. Like all of a sudden you've grown like a decade in maturity, or spiritually grown. Like if you receive like a download of, I didn't do this well, I did it in a childish way, or a person telling you, I didn't do this well, I did it in a childish way, and they're coming back and trying to fix it, and trying to put closure on it, and trying to heal the miscommunication, or try to heal the bad intentions that they had, and that they matured out of it, and they want to make things right. Or it's a spiritual lesson, a life lesson that you need to mature, that you need to overcome, because basically our lives is the school of life, and we come here to learn so many different things. I truly believe that we sign up for like a school class, a spiritual school class with our birth chart on what we want to learn on earth. And when there's lessons that we couldn't pass because we were not ready to pass that lesson yet, because one thing is to be in a spiritual being and wanting to achieve a lot of things, and another thing is becoming a human being and actually going through all those emotions and all the trials and tribulations, and it's not that easy. I mean, and even when we compromise that we want to do something in our lives, it's when we see it from afar, from a distance, when we're not going through the battle, when we're not going through the war, we say, sure, we can do it. We can achieve everything we want, and we'll do it very quickly and very efficiently. But another thing is going through something, like really enduring it and living it and having those emotions and having your mind act up on you. It's not easy to set a course. It's not the same thing to set a course than to go through the course. Not the same thing to say, yeah, we're going to war, than being right there in the war and having all our traumas happening, and new traumas or traumas from our childhood, especially with the Six of Cups coming up. With the Chariot card, definitely the Emperor and the Chariot are cards of getting your ducks in order, in getting the handle of your life, in becoming the captain of your boat, in putting your money where your mouth is, and do things, making moves, making things happen, and being the grown up of a situation, and being the person that's in control of your life. So again, it could be something that is where it is you who's going to be the main character of this dynamic, or it's going to be somebody else. And here I have the Ten of Pentacles as a clarifier of where is that Emperor going on the Chariot, because the Chariot is like getting behind the wheel and deciding where you want to go, making things happen and being victorious about it, especially with the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor is the Emperor. He's got dominion first over himself in order to have dominion over his empire and to make things happen. And you're the emperor of your life as much as you can be the emperor of your house, the emperor of your business, the emperor of your career, professional, or your university, or your project, or maybe even the emperor of your garden. So it probably has to do with something that is tangible. It could be with relationships. It could be with your family. It could be, again, because this is Libra. It's an eclipse on Libra. And Libra has to do with our relations with others. This could also be romantic. It could be, for some people, because depending on the lesson that you're going through this week on your birth chart and your soul plan for next week, it could be maybe getting serious about a relationship. Maybe it has to do with family relationships. Maybe it has to do with a contract. But it's things that are long lasting, things that are they took a while to be built, like families, like your things that your family leaves behind, properties or house matters or business matters, things that you, and a garden as well, or a plantation that you have to have the patience to plan, to work it for a long time, and to set it in course in order for it to be fruitful, of course, as well as a business. It has to do with something that you had to leave behind. You had to, with the Eight of Cups, you had to leave behind because you couldn't handle it at that moment, or the other people were not able to handle it because they were not emotionally mature to do that. But this time around, with this beginning of the year and the energy that's bringing up, and the eclipse has that energy of bringing back things that were not sorted out, that were not where you didn't have a closure. So they come back for you to be able to, for us to be able to fulfill that soul lesson. But I strongly believe that for a lot of people, it's relationships. It's the Seven of Swords, things that were done in a sneaky way, like people correcting correcting the wrongs, or you correcting the wrongs. You have the opportunity to do this week. Something that was just left hanging and without closure, it's going to have closure. And it's going to have closure in a nice way, because we had the Sun card, which is the happiest card on the deck, and it was right next to the Three of Swords, which is the toughest card of the deck, probably, of heartache. So it is about forgiveness. People that are asking for forgiveness, or setting the course straight as well. And there's good chances of is Mercury retrograde? I have to check, because when Mercury is retrograde, past exes come back. That doesn't mean you have to take them back. Some are toxic and you shouldn't. But there's an opportunity this week for people to have matured, and for there to be second chances. That's what I'm feeling. Second chances and closure. Things that, if there's something from the past that's coming up for you this week, give it a chance. Be open-minded. Be patient. whoever's talking to you and is asking you for a second chance to for you to listen to them, hear them out. Be patient, see what they want to say, because it's an important life lesson for this week. I feel there's, with the Knight of Cups, people with good intentions that want to make the wrongs right. And with the Empress card, for me it means that it was a situation where you did things. There's one side. There's a person who's, or an energy that's the Seven of Swords, that they were sneaky, and they worked behind your back because they were petty, because they were insecure, they didn't want to be vulnerable, they didn't do things right. It could have been you, or the other person. And there was another energy of someone that I was actually being the Empress, was actually being right, was actually being mature, was actually being in their place, was being patient. And so there's an approach of two energies. One that is trying to correct the wrong that they did to someone who's doing things in the proper way, and they were the bigger person, and people who are not. And because there's an understanding with the Three of Swords and the Sun card, of an illumination, of understanding our shortcomings. Whoever did the shortcoming is understanding why they did it. There's like a download from the Holy Spirit, or from the universe, or from our collective energies. And I'm sure we're receiving, intuitively I feel sure intuitively that we're going to feel downloads. We're going to receive downloads because we're going through solar storms, and somehow the solar storms have a way of connecting us in a geomagnetic kind of way, electromagnetic kind of way with the cosmos, and it can feel overwhelming. That's also something I wanted to tell anybody who's listening to this. Expect to feel off tomorrow, and Tuesday, and probably today. If you started to feel Saturday, like after the afternoon, like when the afternoon started, and you started to feel off, like off negatively, like your emotions went to a dark place, and you felt like the heaviness, or you felt fatigue, or you're feeling tired, or you're feeling depressed, or you're feeling anxiety. I sure was feeling that. The full moon has that power to make people feel lunatic, and for our emotions to be extreme in a kind of way, for us to feel off, and not even knowing why we're feeling off. And also because it's Sunday, and Monday we have to start reality. We have to start maybe jobs that we don't like, or maybe you have to face the fact that you don't have a job and you're feeling off about it as well. So lots of reasons. And of course is one of the first full moons of the beginning of the season of the year, of the springtime. So it's going to be a mixture of energies. People are going to be faced with their shortcomings, all of us, but that's going to make them also realize the things that they need to correct, or the things we need to correct. But each of us is going to know what it is, because we're going to face it. By this I'm not trying to create that people make a list of what kind of wrongs they need to make right. It's gonna feel spontaneous. It's gonna feel like a download. It's gonna feel, okay, I have to do this. You're gonna review. You have like a live review of something that is nagging on you. It's nagging on your soul. So you're gonna know this week. Feel free to share it below if you want to make a comment about it, or you can DM me about it if you want to make a comment, and I'll be happy to give you one free card, 2 cards as a recommendation of what you should be doing. But interesting, as much as I wasn't looking forward to making like a love reading, I did get this card, and this is the Empress. The Empress and the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, of course, can be business contracts. It can be communications with others, but it is a strong card for relationships. and the Ace of Cups. So there's a good chance of people coming back together next week, people that ended up like in a bad note, but things were not unclear, and like separations because, as I said, people were immature, didn't act right. This could also as well be like family relations, like making amends with your family, or someone realizing I didn't act well, I didn't do things well, like having like that download, or that like from the Holy Spirit telling them, having a live review. And I've heard other astrologers talking about that, and I'm getting it on my cards as well, of people wanting to ask for forgiveness as well. And with the Ace of Cups, I feel like we're gonna have like those feelings of wanting to live a better life, wanting to live a life that is closer to our values, that is closer to our hearts, and aligning with the people that, or giving the value to the people that were good to us and that we mistreated, or the other way around, that you were good to other people and they mistreated you, and they're asking now for forgiveness. So the energy is, give them a chance, hear them out, see what they're saying, and because there's good chances that people really had like a total rebirth, like just like the season that we're going through of spring, which is absolute rebirth, as a soulful spiritual rebirth that is going to present to a lot of people. And you'll know what it is, because your intuition, from the high priestess that showed up to the Queen of Swords, like you're gonna start feeling your intuition, like who it is that's gonna contact you and why, and or you are gonna start doing that live review, and why you need to close those chapters, and why you want to end them in a good note. And there's good chances of things restarting, like relationships restarting, businesses restarting. Uh, could be bosses with the Ten of Pentacles. It could be like old bosses reaching out to you and saying, we didn't end on a good note, and you did things really nice, and you were such an asset to the company, and we didn't treat you well, and we want to do things right now, and we want to ask for your full forgiveness. And there's like a moment of full vulnerability of the person that did the wrong. So what the energy is asking us with the Ace of Cups is to be compassionate for those people that are asking for forgiveness. That is worth it, because all of us at some point in our life, no matter how good we think we are, there's something we did wrong, and there's something that we would like forgiveness, and for a person to give us that space to apologize and to become a better person. This week we have a chance to become a better person, and if you're the one receiving that energy, you have a chance of giving the opportunity to a person to become a better person. And with the alignment of these energies going from the Three of Swords, the Sun card, there's great chances of this being a good thing. I am not the kind of person at all to give a try to things that I close the door to. But this is a lesson for me as well, for me to listen as well, and to give the opportunity to whatever shows up during this week, to open the door, to listen, and to be humble, don't be on the high horse. Don't be on the high horse, because there's great treasures that could come out of this week. And of course, tomorrow being Monday, and because it's full moon, of course, meditate. Don't take your emotions too seriously. If you're feeling too depressed or you're feeling too anxious, distract yourself. Get your emotional toolkit to get out of the heaviness of the solar storms and the full moon and the lunar eclipse. Like hang in there, like find your anchor, your spiritual and emotional and psychological anchor. For me, is being creative. For some people, is doing exercise. For other people, is dancing. Other people, is music. For others, cooking. For others, going to their craft, gardening, or whatever gets you like, oh, I like life. I in a creative mode, or gets you distracted from the turmoil of your mind that could happen because of the full moon do that. Like, don't do anything stupid because you're feeling negative. Now, if that energy makes you reflect on, which is what the whole reading is about, if that energy makes you reflect on that live review and how you could have done something better while you're anchoring, while you're dancing, while you're crafting, while you're cooking, while you're gardening, or while you're listening to music, and most people are going to be at the workplace and you won't have a chance to do that, but try whatever you do and in your workplace, to anchor yourself when you're feeling off, do that and be prepared to do it tomorrow because it's Monday and it's full moon, so it's expected. And the energy was feeling heavy today in the afternoon. So, and the NOAA report, the weather NOAA report said that there's some big ass solar storms coming for the next week. So just be prepared. As I said, don't take your mind too seriously if it gets too dark. But if the darkness takes you to make a review of the things you could have done better and you want to reach out to someone because you feel like in your heart that nagging pull that you need to make amends, or like you would like a fresh start and you're ready, you're emotionally and you've matured and you say, okay, I got it, I can do this, then do it. If you like a personal reading of how this is going to play out in your life, my contact is in the usual places, in the description or in the bio, and be on bio. And best wishes to you all. I hope that was helpful, and if it was, hit the subscribe button, the like button. It helps the algorithm. And blessings to you all. Kisses.